कहु नानक नर बावरे अब क्यों दौलत दीन तन तन संपै सुख दियो अर्जनी के दाम कहु नानक सुन रे मना सिमरत काहे नाराम.
My family was all based in Ludhiana, Punjab. 8-9-year-old when I came to England, Ipswich, and went to school in Ludhiana as well. But I learned all the English when we came in Ipswich.
Well, originally we are from India, is what is now Pakistan, and we were both Glotiya, Padewala. My father was here before we came in approximately in 1949-51, and then he went back home to India. When he came back here, then he decided that he should bring his family over here, and that was approximately in December 1954.
We came here in 1958, and my father was been already in England. He came in 1953. Yes, my father was a priest, and we used to have a Granth Sahib at home.
My mum used to say, when the partition, when we used to live in Jammu, I was born in Jammu, and they used to say how that the partition time was very, very difficult time. So many people killed in partition. Because when you hear the stories, what mum used to say, that they have to run off and take all what the possession you have, and then they go. Because that was very, very bad time that was. Some people came to England, some people go to America, some people went to different places. But we decided we want to come to England.
My grandfathers, both my grandfathers used to come to England for business, and then my father used to come with them. After the partition, because everybody was uprooted from where they were, so they decided to bring their families over, and we just accepted us somewhere we're going to live with our father, because we hadn't seen a lot of him, so we were pleased to be there with him. My mum and my brothers, we came over in 1956 summer, and we settled in Manchester. We were accepted by the people that we came in contact with, and the school teachers were very helpful. And then 1965, arranged marriage. We got married, came to Ipswich, nearly 50 years.
But when my father came here, he was a draper, but he moved about in other towns, and he found Suffolk best place to settle down. There was no shops in Ipswich. And my father used to once a week or once every month, they used to go to London to buy the groceries. We used to have the horse, there was hardly any cars. It was trams, buses in here. We used to have on the road.
But that time was no shops to buy Indian food. There were no shops. And we used to go to London to buy, sort of a monthly, once a week, or month to twice a month, to get all the Indian dals and all that stuff. All this trading all the drapery business, all the people used to do. Door-to-door salesmen, that we used to do. That was the main drapery business them days. So I used to work on the American bases as well. We used to sell clothing. We used to have contracts in the American Bentwater base. Also Maidenhall and Lakemead. I used to have contract. We used to go there. My dad started this Kashmir store, and I also used to go to London to buy for the market. We used to go early morning, once a week, we used to buy there. Most of our trade was Jamaicans selling yam, sweet potatoes, and all that. Green bananas. We used to stock all of them.
जबली तरनट जल तारा पुन गावे शंकर श्यामा मेघ राग पुत्रन के नामा काष्ट राग उनका
Well, that was my dad, my uncle, and they said we got to keep to our religion because we don't shave, you know. We must not take no hair of our body at all, and they brought us that way up because our Guru Gobind Singh made us Khalsa, Singhs, and we got to keep to that.
Yeah, my dad had the Granth Sahib as well. He used to keep
in the house.
in the house as well. My dad used to read that as well. And we used to have a meeting, all the youngsters, all my age friends, we decided we collect money and get that and get a terrace house, convert that into Gurdwara. We are the one, about 11 people who started this.
71, 72, we decided what we was going to do. We decided that we should have a temple here, and we all sort of chipped in.
And we funding our money ourselves for the Gurdwara in Cemetery Road. That's where we started in 74.
ਗੁਰਦੇਵ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸਭ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਗੁਰਮੇਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸਭ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ प्रथमे समूह खालसा जी की अरदास है जी समूह खालसा जी को वाहिगुरु 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 नाम चिता विचिता नाम सतनाम जी वाहिगुरु 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 जी जपो सतनाम 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 जी वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु.
We were approximately there for about 8 years. But the premises were too small, far too small. It was a growing community, and also we had problems with the neighbours, with noise. So we moved from Cemetery Road to Yarmouth Road in 1980. And from there we moved to the Gurdwara, which were present in the year 2000. So we was approximately there for about 20 years.
My grandfather, as my father said, came in 53, and when they first settled there was in 1958. My father came as a very young chap, born in Anglo-Saxon. My mum's actually born in London, Bethnal Green. At the age of 9, when we used to have the festivals, sort of 3-day festivals, and at youngsters we used to sort of do the 3-day service during the day and during the night. For me, it's been such an experience and a joyful experience, and proud to be a registrar at this day and age from where my father they started to where we are today. So proud of it, and hopefully that we're going to continue for on the next generation.
My marriage was arranged by my auntie, who was my husband's auntie as well. The family knew the family, so that's how it was arranged. And we know that was our way of life, and that's how things are done, and we accepted it. There was people who meet and decide to get married, but in our case, in our community, mostly it's arranged. Most of the time they're 99% happy. My eldest son got married when he was 19. No, he was 20. To Raj. My family was related, so we knew the family.
I'd say all the visitors we've had visiting the Gurdwara, they're very fascinated and impressed that even in this day and age, people actually go to the trouble and the effort to be together and do their prayer. They're really pleased to see that the community all gets together in such a big way. I've been living in Ipswich now for nearly 27 years since I've been married. I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. My oldest son is in the police force, he's a PCSO. My second son's a student at the moment, working part-time also. My daughter's still at school doing her GCSEs. I personally am quite a traditional, even old-fashioned person, if you want to call it. I strongly believe, that what we teach the kids is actually good for them. That we can carry on keeping our culture and living in the modern world here. So it's hard, but we manage it at the moment, yeah.
I think there is room for a lot of things in life, and there's living a balanced life, and there's living a life where you have time to engage yourself sort of spiritually and as well as socially, and that you can't kind of overly prioritise things all the time, because to have sort of a balanced life you have to have a good mix of things. So
again, to believe in our gurus and believe in our religion, because sometimes it's quite easy to drift away when you've got other pressures, but we try to keep hold of that, and we use that as a guide to keep them going in the right way.
We do get a lot of visitors to the Gurdwara in terms of people from the community. I think we've had people like the mayor of Ipswich and various other people come to the Gurdwara, and sort of, in terms of seva, I'm not quite sure how much there is there, but I do know that they enjoy kind of sharing in the langar.
We have obviously our Punjabi roti maybe 2-3 times a week, but then we have other cuisines as well.
Would you say more than that? Would you say at least half the week we're having?
Well, yeah, 3 to 4 times maybe a week. But then we also have Chinese food, we have Italian lasagna, we even have an English roast dinner. So we're quite varied with our cuisine. And I think the way I brought the children up, they're quite happy to try other foods.
ਜਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿਤਾ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦਾ ਪੁਜਾਰੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੋਰ ਪੁਜਾਰੀ ਬਣ ਗਏ।
Brought up in a Sikh family, we obviously had to do our traditional things, to keep the beard, to keep the turban, to respect, and exactly this is how we teach our children as well, to respect everybody older. Through my father, who was obviously a priest, we respected the religion, and he taught us everything about Sikhism. I am now teaching my children the same.
Well, obviously born and bred in this country, I'm proud to say I'm a British Indian Sikh, I'm proud to be of it like that. As values and traditions go, from a Sikh temple, we always welcome anyone from any community. You're very welcome to come in, and I only can think that we can only give in that way with open arms.
I couldn't go back to India to live forever, but would go for visits. But this is home. This is home for me, husband, children. We've been a lot of places, but you still want to come back home.